find some facial slimming software to run with this.
Can you find some hair
have to do
replacing apps too?
Maybe in post.
James, you need to embrace it. Like
The
the
three
rest
of you.
us.
I'm just gonna wear hats all the. What I need to do is next time I go to the barber, have them not touch anything from here, and then cut everything else, and then I just comb it forward.
Here, okay. I'm
wouldn't do
gonna
that.
get on a soapbox about that because
I got a story with that too.
if you're going bald, embrace it and shave your head. Don't try to make extend that shit and do come overs or do the Trump come over or something. Just embrace it.
Is that a comb over? or
There's
is
a
that
gentleman I
wig?
walked by.
I don't know.
There's a gentleman I walked by, I think it was today, and he looked down at his feet as he was walking past me, and he had one of those
Crop
comb
circles?
overs where it was the best thing in the world. It was all bald right in the middle, but he had like a little patch right here that was about 6 inches long that he just combs over. So he has this comb over right
yeah,
here,
yeah.
and then he's got a bald spot and a bald spot.
But see, that's the prime example right there.
Right,
why you
just-
need to just embrace
shave
it.
it, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
I saw-
or
see,
just shave the middle.
Yeah,
Did he have a gray warehouse uniform on?
No,
Oh, okay.
I saw a guy like that when the week I graduated basic training. I was at the base PX, and this dude, he had the crown, just all around.
It's called
here.
the cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac. Sorry, I always called it the crown, but the cul-de-sac. And on one side, I don't remember if it was the left side or the right. It doesn't matter. But from here on back to about here, yeah, he grew all that hair out and then combed it over the top of his head.
That's like the Hitler.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, but it's all covering up that bald spot.
I just realized at an early age when my hair was thinning that I'm like, yeah, there's no reversing this.
yeah. When I was
It's
about
just-
14, I was like, oh,
my shit didn't hit until I was like 23, 24.
Mine was about 23, 24.
But a something good to like boost our moods, maybe because we're bald, which I like being
Balding.
Bald. Like
excess testosterone.
That's right.
I always say that the reason I'm bald is because my wife tugged on my beard too hard. I always
Great
story, great conversation
Your wife.
I did.
I mean,
I always say my hair migrated. I didn't go bald. It just
It's
went down. So now I have like a fur vest on.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm hot all the time.
That's my excuse.
pubes from hell,
I had a buddy of mine. He
nose
was,
hairs that never end.
a buddy of mine. He was a roommate for about 5 minutes. He had been thinning out since high school. He was 16, 17 years old, and his shit was thinning out. But he was one of those guys like that guy when I was in the service that I saw. This guy had hair all up front and then nothing in the back. So he literally just this thin line of hair right there. He'd grow all that out, and it was probably like 6 to 10 inches long or whatever. And he would comb that straight back. He'd get the fucking
High hold gel.
yeah,
or whatever.
exactly. He'd
Yeah.
get those big old things of gel, and
volumizer, make it look more.
yeah, and he would do that. But when he put the gel, then it would look like they were drawn all over the top of his head, so it didn't even look like hair. So it defeated the purpose of what he was trying to do to begin with. And I told him, I looked at him, I was like, dude, I got a receding, so I know one of these days I'm gonna start doing it. I said, why don't you just shave your head? He goes, why would I do that? That looks ridiculous. I'm like, okay.
Just accept defeat.
Yeah.
And move the fuck on.
Because, it was just ridiculous. He'll have, super curly hair or whatever in the back, and then, nothing right there.
Well, I think you just, I mean, I don't know. Unless you've got like a head that looks like an alien from the 1950s pictures and stuff, just shave it.
Yeah.
Just
I look
fucking
like
shave it.
Private
Ryan,
Pile.
Yes.
I have a animation that I need you to do. It's of me when I used to have hair and of me now. But what I want you to do is I want you to take like the Mortal Kombat like fighting thing. Round 1, fight. Just watch me like
Finish him.
go bald throughout the years.
Progressive.
Progressively bald. You lose
But I can tell you this: I've saved so much money.
by not switching to Geico.
Probably not. I just haven't. I have better service, better coverage. But no, like
Elsewhere.
shaving. I go to Sam's and buy razors, like 19 of them or shit
Gillette?
for 18. The Mach 3s.
The best a man.
But it's like,
Is it really the best a
They'll-
man can get?
No.
Hey, just remember, if you're buying Gillette, you're not really a man.
Yeah, did
Right.
what, was it Gillette
Oh,
that came out
yeah.
with?
Yeah, it was
the-
that commercial.
The toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
I have to. I see.
Hey, guess what? I love my toxic masculinity.
too.
I'm glad I don't have to buy their fucking razors. Fuck you, Gillette.
I see.
I'll tweeze.
I see. I see their point. I see the point they were going for, but to me, it's along the lines of
Force feeding.
force feeding, and when like women try to portray all men as just rapists, and to me, that pisses me off.
One time.
We should do a 4-man march on Washington.
Who are we going to get to march for us? Because I don't feel like walking.
3-man march.
Three man and pushing a wheelchair.
No, I'm going to get
Wait,
a hover round.
Are we?
I don't want to look like a weirdo, so I'm going to get a hover
Can we
round.
do segways?
Are we taking like a
Segways.
We're not like walking to DC, right?
No,
No,
we'll
no, no,
fly,
We'll
but then we
fly,
can-
but then
right.
we'll walk.
We'll Uber
in front
to
of the house, the White House.
We'll go commercial like Pelosi.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because to me, it's that when I saw somebody post on Facebook something about it, they were like, "Yay, hooray for them!" And I'm just like, you know what? It's like we've explained to our kids that if you grow up and if you do anything like that to a woman, I will probably castrate you myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going.
And it's just like, so it's like, I don't know who out there. I mean, granted, I know there's the douchebags out there that still teach their
It's
boys,
okay to be a dick.
it's okay to be a complete douchebag.
Yeah, you can
son.
just grab a girl's ass anytime you want. So
I mean, look at me.
yeah.
I've only been to jail 5 times.
You could beat them on the courthouse steps every Sunday.
Yeah.
It's free.
Thanks.
Only
South
in North
Carolina.
Carolina.
South
South Carolina.
Just ask your fifth stepmother.
Yeah.
And your cousin.
We used branches back in the day.
But I mean, I agree. It has there's got with that too. There's got to be a limit. You can't just keep. You just can't keep force feeding people that kind of
Well,
crap. And
How,
it's like,
how long do you do this until you actually finally progress past it? I mean, at some point, don't you just finally go, okay, this is just fucking ridiculous?
well, yeah, you're basally wondering. It's like, what is your end game here?
Right.
I mean, what are you shooting for?
for you to do the dishes on time.
Exactly. I know I should. And I agree. I do.
You're not the
think-
dishwasher. It is. It's right underneath the fucking counter.
All you got to do is load it.
Either that or she hasn't shown up yet.
Your hands broke. But I mean, I don't expect that stuff to be done because I don't consider myself a slob, but I don't let things like that bother me. So if I go home, even when I was single, of course I was broke as fuck, but
So I couldn't afford
I
dishes.
couldn't afford anything. I had like one bowl, one plate, one spoon, knife,
That's the way I
fork,
was.
and I washed it every time I ate. So.
The Kleenexes you used were the napkins from Taco Bell.
Exactly. I'd use them for multiple reasons,
Right.
but they had an order. To
And
be used.
if you had people over, you automatically formed a cult, so you could all eat out of the same
exactly
like dishes. Yeah.
Hey, wait until I'm done until you can have your plate.
Yeah.
Hey, I just finished.
Just about time. I'm starving.
I'll load up double. That way you only half.
But I mean, yeah, I don't. I grew up with my dad doing dishes, doing housework and stuff like that too. But he has more. He grew up in the household that was clean all the fucking time.
Well,
And I did too for the most part, but like my bedroom was a mess, and then every 2 or 3 weeks I would just clean it; it'd be immaculate.
yeah, my
And
mom
And then
was,
it'd go back.
My
Yeah.
mom was stay at home, so it was usually just the way the kind of worked was my dad did all the maintenance on the vehicles, all the maintenance on the house, all
Yeah.
the yard work, everything. I mean, animals, everything. He did it.
He did the
all.
animals.
He did the animals.
James,
He got one up on you, James.
I've
I was
only
wondering where you learned that from. I've seen that move before. And she took care of the kids and the household work.
But the problem is though, but you like you said, she stayed at home. But nowadays, there's not a lot of people, a lot of women that can afford to just stay at home while the man works. And to me, it's one of those that I agree. I mean, there needs to be, shared responsibilities. But at the same time, like for me, I'm fucking work night shift. So I am drained of energy till about 6 o'clock at night.
I think the thing that really pisses me off the most is, when something needs to be done around the house and then I get flack for it. Well, why didn't you just do it? You know what? I do not mind doing any work in the house whatsoever if you would just tell me what needs to be done. You're home 99% of the time. I don't know what the fuck you did today. I have no idea what you cleaned. If you need me to do
didn't
something,
log it, it didn't happen.
I don't have video. I don't have proof. I mean, I'm texting you all day for videos and pictures, but those are different.
Those are different pictures.
I know what you did at 4 o'clock.
Yeah. What were we saying about objectifying?
But I agree.
That's why we're called the offbeaters.
I agree. Like I said, I'm just usually, I wake up and I'm just like 4.5 hours of sleep, and I know I've got this to do that I need to do, and I got to go back to work tonight. So I'm already depressed and want to drive my car over a cliff. It's just like
You're feeling flaccid enough.
Exactly. I don't need to feel flaccid anymore than I already do. So it's just like, why not just cut me some slack on it? Because like I said, I don't. If you don't want to do dishes, if you don't want to clean, it's like that's what we have kids for.
Right.
Yeah.
They are there for the fucking labor. I mean,
duties.
Yeah, you go back in the day and you wonder why these people had 14 kids apiece. They ran the fucking farm.
Right.
They're the ones that did all the work.
And if this
You
one
had
died,
600
the next one would
acres.
pick it up.
Exactly. Yeah. There was no time for crying and being sad. It was, who's going to plow the field now?
Jim got run over by the oxen today. So
No more. There was no names. It just had numbers.
right.
All right, number 12. It's
Red
time to
2.
step
Red
up.
2. Where are you?
Red 5 calling in.
But is that Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's always a fat guy.
Yeah,
and
I know.
he gets blown up every time.
Oh, Porkins.
Red 5. I wonder.
His name was Porkins.